Hey guys, so I wanted to come at you today with my crazy hair. It is Spirit Week here at Apollo Career Center, and even though we're not together, we are celebrating virtually. And so I thought, how can I be a cosmetology instructor and not participate in Crazy Hair Day? So this is my crazy hair. Got out my crimper and crimped it. It's never gonna recover from this, so. I'm really sad I can't pick up my kids from school today, but you know, I would just love to embarrass them. But I hope you guys are having a good quarantine day and that you are remaining sane and getting some fresh air and going outside because it's not too terrible outside right now. It's got some nice warm temps and the sun is out, and so I'm so excited to have a little bit of spring CS this week. So today what I want to talk to you about, I can't even look at myself. So today I want to talk to you about what is going to give you a great gel polish. So you can see I found this cool electric purple to use that kind of goes with my 80s vibe today. So when we're doing gel polish is a lot different than regular lacquer because it's really using this chemical reaction called polymerization to harden. Lacquer uses an evaporative property, so things evaporate, the water and the liquid in the lacquer evaporates, where when you use a gel polish, we use a technology called polymerization, and we use UV lights or LED lights to get our polish to harden. So some things with gel polish that are awesome. They are ready to go right off the bat. Once you are done with your final step, you can't mess them up, which is great, especially for people that are in a hurry. They don't have time to sit there and dry their little fingers under your fan or under your light for a long time. It's great. I can't tell you how many times I would get done with a bride's toes and she'd be walking out the door and she would biff her French manicure, and then we all know how hard it is to redo a French manicure. So gel polish is awesome, and I'm going to give you a few tips and tricks in order to make sure that you get the best gel polish that you can. So you want to make sure you start with a clean nail. You want to make sure that you're not using cuticle removers or any kind of chemicals on there that would inhibit that polish from adhering really, really well. So a lot of times I take my OPI, and the OPI has come in and kind of given us a few trainings on this, but I take the Swiss Guard hand sanitizer, and we'll just put that on the cuticles kind of one by one and push those back with an orange wood stick. It's basically an antiseptic. It's a hand sanitizer, and it doesn't mess too much with the polish, and it just kind of dries out that nail a little bit more, which we go back over your nails with cuticle oil at the very, very end, so you really don't have to worry about that. So making sure that your nails are really clean. If you have to trim cuticles, go ahead and do that. And even if you guys go to get your nails done and you want to do that cuticle remover, do it the night before, and that way it's kind of got time to work its way out of your nail plate and out of your skin and stuff by the time you wash your hands, and then you should be totally fine. But I would recommend, as a stylist, to just go ahead and do your cuticle remover, or do your antiseptic instead of a cuticle remover. Pushing those cuticles back, trimming them down if you need to, making sure that your nail plate is really, really ready to go and in the best shape possible. So then after that, I would make sure that you buff the nail. You're going to take a 180 grit buffer and you're just going to lightly buff it. You're going to remove that shine. Make sure you don't use the buffer that has the shiny white side, because that's going to add almost this like shiny waxy top coat to your nail, and you certainly don't want that. So you want to make sure that you buff that nail and just kind of even out the surface and take away the shine and the surface oils from that nail. So you can, if you would like, to use a nail dehydrator or a nail primer. Doing that will allow your nails to just kind of be pH balanced and in the correct in the correct state to accept the polish as well as you can expect. You want to make sure, especially with doing gel polish, that you don't have your clients soaking in a manicure bowl, because when they soak in a manicure bowl, that water, the nail plate is porous, right? So that water goes in and it sets in that nail plate, and it just makes for all sorts of problems to happen later. I've got a real problem with having my nail polish peel off, and so not doing that extra step of soaking in the nail and your nails in the warm soapy water can help for your adhesion on your gel polish too. So after you've removed your surface oils and you're ready to go, you're going to apply your base coat. So you're gonna make sure that with all of your gels, you use a very, very thin stroke. You use your 3-stroke method where you go down your nail and then you're gonna go on each side of it, and it's okay that they're thin coats because you don't want them to get bubbly. You can tell that there's something going on with your gel polish. If you take it out of that light and it looks like it's crinkled or it looks like it's got some bubbles, you probably have too much polish on your nail. So make sure that you use really, really thin coat. So you're gonna go ahead and put your base coat on your nail, and you're going to process that under your light. For LED, that's usually about 30 seconds. For anything that is UV, that's around 2 minutes. So once you pull that out, make sure everything looks good. Make sure that you've covered everything. Look at your nail plate. Be sure that you've covered the whole nail plate with that base coat, and that way your polish will adhere to it. Then you're gonna take your polish and you're gonna go ahead and do your first coat using that same 3-stroke method, but I want you to have an orange wood stick ready because it's better to clean around the nail before you put it under the light and before it does that polymerization than afterwards. Because once it's hardened, it's almost like a plastic coating. It's really, really hard to get that off. You almost just have to clip it with your nail nippers and not use any kind of acetone because it's not going to remove that from your skin. Obviously, with time, it'll kind of come off of that skin, but we'll talk about what that means later too, having some of that polish on your skin. So you're gonna go ahead and make sure that you go around each of your cuticles with your orange wood stick and make sure that you've got a nice, clean surrounding skin. You're gonna make sure that you stay away from the skin, just a little tiny bit. I should see just a little itty bitty bit of nail around there. Why? You will have clients that are like, you're not getting close enough to my cuticles, it's gonna look grown out. Well, if I don't leave that, Linda, I'm going to have your nail polish be peeling up and you're gonna be back because your manicure is not gonna last at all. You need a little teeny tiny edge around that. You don't want that polish going right up to your skin because if it gets on your skin, then it's gonna peel off and then your manicure is not gonna last. So you wanna make sure that you've got a nice kind of just a very, very tiny ring around that nail surface around your sidewalls and around your cuticle area to make sure that that polish is not going to peel off. So thin coat, clean it up with your orange wood stick and put it under your light for 30 seconds. Do another coat of that and then you're going to top coat it. Once you've processed your top coat and you've gotten that those nails out and they look like they're really, really great, you're going to take an alcohol swab and you're going to remove this really tacky layer. So during your gel polishing and during that polymerization, what happens with the nail polish is it sort of gets this really kind of sticky and tacky layer, and we just take alcohol and wipe that up. That layer is called your inhibition layer. That is usually on your state board. So that inhibition layer you're going to wipe off with your alcohol swab, and you're going to make sure that the client is happy, everything looks good, and the last step is going to be to just apply nail oil all over the cuticles, making sure that you don't take that dropper and actually touch the skin, but that you're dropping the actual oil on each nail individually, massaging that in, and then they have a beautiful, nice, shiny manicure. You can see my little nubbins here. They're not beautiful, but that's okay. This is probably the first time in a year I've had polish on my nails because it just doesn't stay on. Which brings me to another tip or trick. So I'm very oily. I've got oily skin. I've got oily hair. I'm just oily. Now oil just seeps out of me. Lucky me. So with clients like that, where I will usually gel polish, you've got no problem staying on your clients. With clients that produce a lot of oil in their skin and in their nails, you're going to want to possibly do an overlay. Now you can do that with acrylic. You can do that with a building gel. You can do that with a lot of different kinds of products. I actually used a building gel to do my overlay before I did my gel, just to kind of test it out and see how it lasts for me over Easter and washing a bunch of dishes and everything else. So I'm gonna try that and see how it works. And that's just pretty much like just sort of a polymer overlay on my nail that I've just kind of filed down and shaped to my nail plate. So we're gonna see how that does with holding my nail polish and my gel polish on. But yeah, it's really easy. It's kind of fun to work with. There's a learning curve a little bit, just like with everything in our industry. But I really, really think that it is a great option to have in your salon and a great thing to offer your clients. And a lot of people definitely want that. Now to remove your gel, really quick before I get off, to remove your gel, what you wanna do is you're going to to take a buffer and you're going to scratch that surface really, really good. You're going to kind of file off that top coat. Once you've filed off that top coat, take a cotton ball soaked in acetone, put it on your fingers, wrap it up in foil. If you have a heating pad, it actually works great to lay a heating pad on top of your nails and let your nails rest for about 45 minutes. And then at that point, you should be able to kind of gently scrape off that gel polish that is old with a orange wood stick and have your nails ready to just kind of clear coat and put some nail oil on and give them a little break from that. But a lot of people right now are sort of freaking out because they can't get into their nail techs. Really, it's really simple. So you scratch that surface, soak a cotton ball with acetone, wrap it up in foil, possibly give it a little bit of heat, and then wait about 45 minutes and kind of gently scrape that off. When you are working with products at home, even your orange wood sticks that are porous, those are what we call single-use items, girls, in industry. And so with single-use items, we know that we throw them out immediately. Same thing at home. I don't care if it's just an orange wood stick that you use on you, it's still porous. Bacteria can still harbor in there. And so we want to make sure that we are making good choices for our health too. We don't want to kind of reuse those things. If you're worried about going through them, just break those orange wood sticks in half and use one side at a time. And then you've got the other half to use the next time that you go to do nails. So I miss all of you. I still can't even look at myself, but I don't know. I might see if Lucas wants to take me on a walk in the park or something. This is pretty fabulous. I hope you guys have a great day, and I hope you guys have fun playing with some gel nails, and I will see you soon. Bye.